as rents come due, you raise rents. Sometimes the apartments are not great apartments, and we want to turn them from a Class C apartment into a Class A apartment. We want to renovate the apartment, maybe put in granite, make it a lot nicer, and then raise the rent substantially. This is an A-class property. We might have different apartments that are A-class and C-class, right? That we want to make a lot nicer, raise a much higher rent. But you can't do that in a day. As rents come due, you raise the rent dramatically. Maybe the guy stays, oh crap. But if he does stay and he's paying the higher rent, okay. If they move out, you improve the apartment and then raise the rent and rent it out then. It's a multi-year process to turn over your tenant base. And that's part of the work. Mobile home parks, 25 to 30% gross income goes to expenses. There's nothing to do. You're renting dirt. You got to maintain it by keeping it dirt, right? I mean, there's not much there, right? So very easy. Okay, negotiation. Let's talk about negotiation a bit. So two-step process when you do commercial real estate. The first step is something called the letter of intent. So we're going to tell you and give you a letter of intent this week. A letter of intent is a non-binding offer. It's an offer with the basic terms. Hey, would you be interested in selling me this storage facility for $6 million? Whatever. You can put as much or as few terms as you want. But it's essentially a test offer, right? And the reason you do this test offer is because the contract is probably being created by an attorney. And I'm not going to hire an attorney and pay a bunch of attorney fees to generate a contract if I don't think there's something to be had, right? So I want to make sure that if I put together a contract and an offer, that there's a likelihood this is going to be accepted. So we need a letter of intent, non-binding offer. Then we do more due diligence, and then we have a contract. Now the contract is binding, right? In residential real estate, you put a contract, you got an option period. Commercial's not like that. You see, once you get a contract, it's a binding offer. There's very often hard money involved. What does that mean? Non-refundable deposits. If you don't buy it, right, you don't get that money back. So there's money and risk by the time you get a property under contract.
I want you to take that opportunity today for you to learn that as well, that you can change the trajectory of your financial right now, not tomorrow, not in 2000, God knows what, but you can change that right now by taking action. Click on the link in the comments below, and we're going to share all the information that we'll share with me that I am just passing today, because it did transform my life, and I want you to be able to transform your life as well. Yes, you wanted to have a boss, you love your career. I used to love all that as well, but now I can tell you I am much, much more in love with the fact that I changed my life, my kids' life, and everyone that is surrounding me daily.